Good evening.
Hi.
Welcome. Hi, my name is Barry.
And I'm Jay.
And together we are Mitosu Crafts.
Thank you for joining us. We're independent Stampin' demonstrators based in the UK. So if you live in the UK, France, Germany, Austria, or the Netherlands, you'll be able to purchase current Stampin' Up products from our online shop. Do use the current host code, which can be found on our website at mitosocrafts.com.
I think I went wrong. I went wrong to a black screen.
Oh, did you?
So, yes. let's try that again. Hi, everyone. Hi, my name is Barry.
And I'm Jay. Thank you so much for joining us. Yes, if you love to see more card making and papercraft inspiration from using Stampin' Up products, consider subscribing to our channel. We do put out a couple of live streams throughout the week, and every live stream we do a random draw of what we create on the video. So before we do the random draw for the last card that we created, we'll say hello to those of you who've joined us already.
So good. So we have got, so far, we have Janice Adams. Hi, Janice, Mandy, Maureen, Mum, Lois, every time, sorry. Betty, H, I think I said Mandy, yeah, Maureen, have Valerie, we have Judy, and it jumps, and then we go to Gian, Sandra BL, and Lisa. So far, hi. That's it.
Yes, so as soon as you pop in, do say hello, and you'll be automatically put into the random draw at the end of the live stream. So today's Wednesday. Last Sunday, Barry created a second card, a simple card, but still lovely because it's got the wink of Stella there and using the butterfly bijou paper, which is exclusive at the moment and it's only available while supplies last. So if you love the papers, are you going to be using those papers again
I'm going to
today?
be using one of those bits of paper today as well. So yeah.
So if you love the papers, get them ASAP because they're really beautiful and we think it's gonna go quick.
Yeah, I think it will do. It's really, yeah, it is lovely paper.
Yeah, so we'll do the random draw now for this one.
So good. So yes, let's take you over. There we go. So that is all up. So if Jay wants to get that ready, so we
Just
have
refresh.
got Just Start. That's the one.
Good
and
luck,
the winner is going to
everyone.
be
Connie!
Connie! That card is working its way to you. So excellent. Let's bring you over. And well done. So Connie, that card here is going to be coming to you. So you know the drill. Just
email us.
We've got your address, but just let us know that you're happy to receive it. So good. Excellent. So Jay's just going to give me some lights. And that's it. So there we go. Now my splatting has dried now. So you can see my Winker Stella splats, which I did on that one. Which I think just show off quite nicely. So that's good. Excellent. So that card there, Connie, is coming to you. So let's crack on with tonight's demonstration. So I've got two. The first one I'm going to do is relatively straightforward, simple. I am going to be using a few the heat embossing techniques again, just to do this one. And the second one I'm going to be a little bit more daring, a little bit more elaborate, should I say. So we're going to be using the detailed dies in that one there and creating a nice background. So excellent. So let me just move some stuff out of the way. Now you would have already probably seen this first card because it was one of the cards which we made for the blog hop which we did on Monday. What was it called, Jade? It was the Butterfly Brilliance or Butterfly Bouquet blog hop, which we were in on. I'm really losing track of days. Monday. So, and this was one of the cards which I made for that one. So I wanted to show you how I did this one here with the embossing with the Memento ink right there, and that paper with the Winker Stella. All right there. So that's the first one, and the second one you haven't seen yet. So, that's good. I'm just going to move the camera for a moment because I seem to be off shot for a second. There we go. That's better. So let's crack on and see how far we get. So get your bets in. It's only me tonight. So actually, it seems to be me quite a lot at the moment. I think Jay's going to be on Sunday. Are you going to do one on Sunday? I think you said you were going to do Sundays one, weren't you? Yeah. He's doing Sundays now. I'm having a night off. So I'm going to make a square card. So I've got myself my basic white thick. I'm going to take my trimmer and I'm going to cut this to, I have got my thing, which is 14.6 centimeters, which is 5 3/4 of an inch, and I'm going to cut that one like that, and then I'm going to do the same this side. Well, I'm not going to do the same actually. Then I'm going to do the next one. So I'm going to make a 5 3/4 card, so I need to do another one. So 5 3/4 plus 5 3/4, it will be 10 3/4, which will be 11.5. So I'll take that to 11.5, which is 29.2. And then I will then score this at 14.6, which is 5 3/4. So that's how you're going to make yourself a square card. I've gone ahead already and I've gone and cut myself a black layer, which is measuring, got my notes here, which is measuring 13.6 by 13.6. And I want to cut my designer series paper down to 13.3 by 13.3. So this is going to really showcase the whole pack on this one. Before I do this, let me just see whether or not there's any other paper in here which I would like to use. But this is the butterfly which I'm using. So one of the butterflies actually from the pack. So I'm not stamping my butterfly for this particular card, because if you've not seen this yet, or if you have, you'll know what I'm talking about. But you have all of these. I love this one right here. That is beautiful. Really nice. I just like the messy design. Where is it? It's probably the first one. This one right here. So you've got the dies will coordinate and cut out all of these butterflies here. So you can make a lot of cards. So all of the cards which we've made recently have been using the ones which we've cut out. So you can get a lot of cards from one bit of paper. So it's a good way of getting that. So that's that one, and it just continues. But let's just see. Do I want to use anything else? So I'm gonna leave that one because I like the back and I like that one there, but I don't want to do that on this one. That's too busy. That's too busy. Right. That's my least favourite design, that one there. So we're now but one pattern which is your least favourite out of all of them. I think that's allowed. Yeah, everything on there is a little bit too busy. It would either be this one or this one here, which I want to do this design with. And I think this butterfly works well with this designer series paper. So I'm going to stick with my original idea on this one. And that one. So I just need to pop some things away before I do, because I'm just going to end up knocking it all over the floor and on the table, and I'm not a messy crafter, even though I have been recently actually, Jay, haven't I? The table's been a complete mess in the mornings. So that's that. Cut this one down to 13.3 by 13.3. So I'm going 1/8 of an inch smaller than everything else which I'm doing. So all of you who work in inches, that will hopefully work out. So that there is 5 1/4 inches, or 13.3 by 13.3. And then that one will go on like that. Got my butterfly here, which is going to go there. I will just grab my Winker Stella. Jay gave me my toolbox this evening.
I've been really nice tonight.
It has been really nice. I'm feeling quite positive this could be a low evening. So I'm just going to colour this in with Wink of Stella. So I'll just show you what it looks like first off. And now I'm just going to cover it in Wink of Stella, just so it's got a nice glitter. So what's everyone been saying so far, Jay?
I'm still doing the names.
Jay's still taking everyone's names so far that has entered in for the set higher, giving us a comment for the draw at the end. So, and Wink.
Mandy says 2 for you, guesses. Anita says 3, Gian says 1, Joanna says 3 for you.
Can I go for a 0? I've never had a 0. It won't be a 0, I don't reckon. There will be something because it's unplanned. Some of it. So there we go. So that's that one there now done with, and that's got a little bit of Wink of Stella on that one, which is just shining away. So that eventually will go on here. But first things first. Oh, I thought I forgot something.
You did.
And I thought I hit. First things first is I want to pop a sentiment in. So on my first card, I do this as a birthday card again. So somebody can win a nice birthday card. I love the script from this sweet ice cream. So this is one, I think a lot of our cards, a lot of our thank you cards, our customer thank you cards, and we'll have this particular stamp set used. We still haven't used these ones here, only used the sentiments, but we will have a class coming up with the sweet ice cream in April, I think we decided, Jay, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
wow, you want to lock it down.
Hydrangea Hill first, and then sweet ice cream at the end of April. So that's what we are planning to do. And plus Jay's got a colouring masterclass coming out. I'm just going to say that again. Because he needs to put his finger out and he needs to get it sorted. His procrastinating. And then I'm just going to position my butterfly where I want it to be, and then I'm just going to position my sentiment right here. So does that look straight? I think that does. Alright, and then I'm going to pick my right there. Just need to pop the other magnet on this. So if you are unfamiliar with the tool which I'm using, this is a Stamparatus, so it's a stamping platform. It's a must-have tool, I think, for any stamper. It's just a lifesaver sometimes, and it especially makes this technique which I'm doing right now very easy. That's it. So excellent. Okay, so I want to be doing a little bit of heat embossing on this, and I want to give myself a shiny sentiment. Now we don't have black embossing powder. That's not a problem, because what I'm going to do is I am going to stamp it in Memento, and I am going to emboss it with clear embossing powder. And I'll show you the technique of how you can do that now. So I'm just going to use my embossing buddy just to prime my bit of paper. That's it. So what you need to do is we need to take our Versamark. I need to just pop my stamp underneath here. Take my Versamark. I do need something. No, I don't. I can make do with something. I'm going to put my Versamark down first, and then I'm going to then grab my Memento, and we're going to go over the top. Just like that, and then we're going to then stamp.
Anita loves the word procrastinating, and Linda's been procrastinating for 25 years. Love it.
And there we go. That is on here. Let's just remove that. That hopefully has transferred enough wet ink so I can pop my clear on. I did just use clear, didn't I? I did. Whew. And I'm just going to take this sheet here because I forgot to bring over the other bit, but I can make do with what I've got in my stash. That has, as you can see, the powder has stuck to that paper, to that ink. So that's fine. So that's how you can turn your black memento into, so you can now emboss onto it. So that's another little tip for you. Let's just... And I'm just going to grab my heat tool and I'm just going to zhuzh this up and set this. So just bear with me, it's going to get a bit loud. And that there now is a glossy, hopefully you can see that, embossed black ink on there. So that's another way of just stepping up your cards just that little bit more by doing that technique. So what I'm going to need to do is I'm just going to now pop this onto my black cardstock. It has buckled with the heat. I don't want to heat it from behind because I don't want to overheat the embossing, but it will dry flat, so just bear with it. So try not to heat it up too much when you're doing it. Once it's turned, then just move it on and then turn it off, and then the buckling will be less, but you'll just need to work with it. And maybe once you've got it stuck down, you might just want to pop something heavy on top of it if it's really buckled. But I didn't on my first card, and I was able just to manipulate it in place. You can see it's buckled like that, but that's not an issue. I can get everything stuck down, and then I can just force everything down, and it will go. Okay, so that's that. As the ink dries, so I just go around. That's fine. That will then get stuck direct onto our card base like this, and then we will then just stick the butterfly on with dimensionals. So a nice postage friendly card. That's Minnie, you might be able to hear squeaking away in the background. She's sat on Jay's shoulders at the moment.
I can't take a picture, you have my phone.
Yes. And that's that one, like that. And then we would then use the dimensionals and then go on with this one right here. So I'm going to just take your pick tool, and we will then just layer this up. So I've run out of dimensionals on here now, so it's time just to cut into the whole thing.
Do you need more?
No, I don't need more. I'm fine. I can make do with what we've got. Thank you very much. See, I don't like gaps. There we go. It's covered. That's not going anywhere. That's not flying at all.
Jeanette ordered 4 paper sets and 2 stamp sets.
For butterfly bijous.
Yes.
Wow. And 2 stamps.
Yeah.
Is one to cut up by any chance, or is one as a gift for somebody? Because I remember somebody saying they brought 2. Now who was that? Was that Steph? I want to say that was Steph. Was that you?
Janice, I think you said Janice.
Oh no, sorry. It was it was Janice Thompson, wasn't it? I think. I'm sure she said, somebody said they brought 2 and one to cut up, because obviously you don't get the individual. It's one big stamp. If you haven't seen it, you'll see it in a second. So there we go. There is first card, nice and simple, but has got a little bit of bling onto it. You've got your bling on your butterfly, which is shining away, and you've now embossed what would normally be just black. If you haven't got a heat tool, then you don't need to have a heat tool. You can just stamp this down in your black, and then it will be absolutely fine, because the black border ties in with sentiment, which then helps that pop off the page, and we've allowed the paper to do its job. So I'm really happy with that. I really like that nice simple card, but it's got a bit. I think it's got a bit of a wow factor to it. It packs a punch. So first card, and that's the card we're going to be giving away at the end. Okay, so the second one, let me just reset myself for a moment here whilst I get myself set up. Now this one, it might take me a little bit longer because I've got to work out how I did it again. So, let me just tidy myself up. Good, alright, so let me bring in my my trimmer one more time, and I'm going to cut my card base. So I've got myself lots of scraps here. I've got myself my card base, so I'm going to cut my card base down to, as you may know, 14.6 or 5 3/4. Score it at 10.5, which is 4 1/8. And that there is my card base. Fold and burnish, as always. Sorry.
Lovely simple card, so pretty.
Thank you very much. Now this one's a little bit more elaborate. This one's going to, we'll see how long this time takes me to actually do it. What's it? 1/2 plenty of time. Plenty of time. First things first though, what I do need to do is I do need to stamp my, I need something. Do I? I can clean afterwards. I can clean my stamp later. That's fine. I'll just pop my stamp there and I will clean it up at the end. I'm going to take my big stamp here. So you can either, if you wanted to with this, you can either use the butterflies, which is from the designer series paper, but I wanted to stamp this one. So I'm going to just put my things here. Going to take that mat off, because that mat where there was for the photopolymers. And what butterfly do I want? It's this butterfly here, which I want down at the bottom down there. So I'm just going to I've got a smaller piece, so I'm being a bit stingy here. But you may as well just use what you've got. So that's going to go in like that. That should go in like that. Pop that there. Pop that there. That will hopefully hold that in place. So if I have got my stuff lined up, then I'm going to then take that and ink this up. So that's why we think people have been saying they are going to be buying 2 for this purpose, because it's a big stamp and the individuals are maybe a little bit harder to... Was this the butterfly I wanted? Yes, it was. So I'm just inking that one area up. I am gonna get my whole plate dirty here, but that's fine. I can tidy it up at the end. I don't need the bit. I don't need this anymore after this. And because it's memento, it will clean up off this plate nice and easily anyway. And we will then just stamp that down with our squeaky table. I will be getting Jay to do one thing, but this is just so you haven't got to see me do it, but it's going to be fussy cutting. Which is that one right there. I'm not happy with how I did that because I come down, I should have just gone with a larger piece, shouldn't I, and been done with it and made sure that I was happy with it first time round. What is it? It's a bit of paper. And now I'm going to struggle. Right, let me do that again, and just, it's a bit of paper, it's not a problem that I'm using more than I need. So that's that one. I was a bit, if you're wondering why, I was a bit too close to the edge on this one here, so it wouldn't have given me the nice white border which I was actually after. So that's enough room for that to be cut out. Or we can use the dies to do that. Okay. So I'm just going to allow this just to dry for a moment, pop this to one side just to dry up, and then I'm going to do a little bit of colouring. So if you are unfamiliar with the sets, then I'm going to grab the dies here now, and you can see you've got that. Now I could actually just run this through the machine and do that, but I will need the big sookie actually if I do that, so I can then cut that, so I don't actually need Jay to fussy cut. But I'll grab the big sookie maybe, or I'll get Jay to fussy cut. Still need to...
Which, are you thinking, which one is not going to get me?
Which one is not going to count?
Ask Mandy.
We still haven't used these here yet, but I'm sure, Jay, you've got some... I think you just said you've got some fun ideas with the brickwork, haven't you?
Yeah.
Or you want to play with the brickwork and see what you can come up with. But what we're going to do today is we're going to be using these, the detailed ones, is the plan. Alright, now this is where I've got to now work out what I'm going to do, because I'm going to be using a product which I don't use that often, and because I don't use it that often, I forget how to use it. So I'm going to be using the adhesive sheets. Got loads of these, don't get used half as much as I should do, but we're going to use them now. So now, right, how does this work, Jay? I've forgotten, I've gone blank. I stick it down on first, don't I, and then
you stick the paper
to it and then die cut it out.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Mandy said, if you ask, they count. Love it.
No, I don't like that. So I'm going to take the whole thing. Okay, let's do this. So I'm going to take the whole thing off. Now the Stampin' Up ones have actually... Oh no, sorry, I just realised it's this part here. The bit I was just about to chuck away was the bit which I actually need. So this has got a sticky adhesive. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick this to some basic whites. I'm going to take this strip off here as well. I need some scissors. And they're on the table already. Take that one off there. And that one's going to just go on here like this. Good. And then I'm going to then die cut this. So if I remember correctly now, I need to die cut the opposite way round. So I'm going to be die cutting some butterflies out of this sheet now, which is covered. It probably would have been easier if I had just gone ahead and just done the whole thing, but that's fine. I just need to make sure that I stick to that bit there, and so on. Actually, Jay, I do need one thing. I got the mini Suki out, but it's going to be easier, I think, with the big machine. Can I have the big Suki, please, Jay?
Oh no, that's so heavy.
I got the mini one out, but the mini one just isn't going to cut it.
You got it. I got it. I asked you.
No, Jay did ask me, do I want the mini or the big? And I said, let's go with the mini, but then I didn't really plan it through. So, for this particular one, because I'm working on a larger surface area, I will need this. So I'm just going to, that's got the adhesive backing on this one side here, turn it round, and then I'm just going to cut in to my paper like this. Okay, and all being well, it should then give me a sticky backside. That sounds wrong. Should give me a sticky, the back of the butterfly should be sticky. Let's just go with that, because whatever I said just didn't sound right at all. I've only just started the first card, Caroline, so that's fine. The second card, sorry. So I'm now just going to carefully, because I'm on a double thickness, I just need to prise this out of the paper. So it's cut through, and the backing on this. See, when I did the original card on this, I didn't use this adhesive sheets. I did it all by hand, and I'm kind of like thinking to myself, I wish I'd done that now.
I reminded you. Did you do the thing? And it's like, no.
I think there's a reason why I didn't do them last time. Don't get me wrong, the adhesive sheets are great. They are a very handy tool to have. They're just very sticky. That might just need a little bit more of a go through, so I may just need to just run these through the machine one more time, because I've now got to sit here and now painstakingly cut these out, because they don't come out as easily because they do, but I can't just get the brush over the top of them because they've got a sticky film to it and it hasn't cut all the way through. So I do need to run these through one more time, but that's not an issue because I can seat that back over the top. That's still in there, that's still in there, and then I can seat that one back in. So you can do this twice. I need to do this a couple of times. What's that? I just seen the scene. Barry, once you pull the backing off, they pop out. Oh, do they? Okay. All right then. I'm gonna trust you on that, Steph. See, so this proves how much I don't use them that often. This one I know hasn't cut all the way through, so I'm just going to seat that back in and run that back in. Yeah, that's gone through a little bit better there. And then I can then still use that side there to do some of the smaller butterflies. Let's see whether or not this works. So I've got that. Oh, I'm really getting myself, and I will use the thick here as my carrier. So I'm just going to cut this down to, let me just have a little look at what size I want to cut this down to. 8.5, you're right?
Yeah.
By 12.6. So 8.5 centimeters by 12.6 centimeters. This is kind of my carrier now.
Bet this cat is 16 pounds, which is 7.25 kilograms.
Oh, Tommy wins still.
I couldn't remember.
Only by a fraction, but he
I
would.
thought you said Tommy's just furry. It's all fur.
It's all fur. It's just got heavy fur. That's all it is. I'm just going to just help it out a little bit with some of these. Whilst I've got the dye in there, it's easy to just release some of these holes. And then I will then do this a few times.
Do you need the brush and
it's all down by the side of me. I just forget to use it, don't I?
and the pierce mat?
Problem with obviously live broadcasts and relying on internet connections. If you lose the internet, we lose our broadcast, which is what happened just then. So do apologise for that one. Right there. So I'll carry on. I saw it go down, so I didn't actually do anything different. You didn't miss anything. I'm back off where we are. So I'm just going to carry on with what I'm doing.
What's the dye called? Brilliant.
So I might actually need you now, Jay, to actually help me just to catch up a little bit.
Yeah.
Otherwise we're going to be... so I'm going to do this. It's good. Thank you everyone for coming back and finding us. I'm sure unfortunately we've lost a few people along the way. But yeah, that's unfortunately the problem with the internet. So I'm just going to take the backing off of this. This is when I struggle. Take that off. And take that one off that side there. And now I can then stick these down. So you can either do it the way that I did initially, and you can just do them as it was, and then stick them down and stick them on with glue, which is what I did on my original one. So I'm going to test your theory out now, Steph. And take this backing paper off, and they do all pop out. Oh, how amazing. Or you can do this one here. This is the better way of doing it, because really, if I've gone again,
do I need to go on my thingy?
No, you can't. We need to be via internet.
Yes.
No, we're back. We're here.
Okay.
I'm just having a bit of temperamental internet this evening. And that one there, and I'm just going to build up this background like so. So as I was saying, this is the better way of doing it, because everything is going to be stuck down, which is what we want. Joe, I do just need you to, if you can just maybe just give me a hand. Yeah. You'll need another pokey tool and poke all of the excess out of that one, those ones there for me. And
which one?
These dies here, take the excess out.
Oh, I see.
Because otherwise we're going to be here
I'm just going to brush
all
it.
night. Yeah, you can brush it.
Oh, that's what we need.
Yes, we do.
We haven't done an order yet.
We haven't done an order. So I've had to call them reinforcements because of the time it's going to take me. Okay, Steph, I'm so pleased you said that, because I would have, that's...
What was it?
Just take the backing off and then it pulls all everything out. So much easier. Okay, now, so let's just pop these out. This is the most time consuming part. So, and then I will then do that all over again. So I need to obviously at least probably have 1, 2, how many did I do on mine? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 7 of them. So I've got 3, I can just run that through one more time. Why am I missing?
There's one big one there.
No, I've got 4 dies here today, and I cut 4 out here, but I've only got 3 on here. So where is my...
There.
Where's my butterfly flown to?
Cut your other 4.
Yeah, can you? And I just need the backing paper put on it as well. And the sticky sheets. See. So that's good. So luckily Jay took all of the names down from the first video, so we still got you there. What are you after? What the other to take your pick tool?
Yeah.
So whilst Jay's doing that and helping me out, I'm going to colour the I'm going to colour it.
Have you got any more Whisper White here?
Yeah, loads of it there. Thank you. What I can do is I will just grab my scissors and I can snip these parts off right here. You're right. What are you after?
The big tool.
There. And then I'm just going to just snip along so you can see what I'm doing here. So Jay's just going to finish that, just do those parts for me, and then I will then continue with the rest of the card. Like that. Okay. So whilst just doing that, were these the colours you've chosen for me? Oh dear. How do you want these colours done then? What's the grey for, Jay?
The outer bit.
The outer bit. Sorry, I asked Jay to get me some colours. Oh right, okay. So, and I've got more than I was expecting. So I'm going to be just going to colouring these in Mango Melody. So I'm using my dark, and I'm just going to use my dark here in the centre. Like that. And then I'm going to take my light, and I'm then just going to then go on the outside of that and colour this in. Just need to go the other way around. So that's good. So all the way around here. Just colour this in. And then I'm going to go back over again with the dark, just to bring in, to darken up that middle part a little bit, and then I'll use the grey for the body. So a lovely yellow butterfly, and then let's just intensify these centre part here. Like that. So some simple blending, not blending, colouring with the blends. Nothing too fancy. And then we'll just blend that out on the edge, just to soften that edge off a little bit. So
hi Donna. Thank you. That one moves, so you might have to
okay.
align that at the
So
edge.
I'm just focusing now on that join, just to blend that join in a little bit, just to soften the edge off and the line, and that's how you're going to get your blending. So if I want to,
I'm just looking at where you need
intensify a little bit more. Like that. Okay, now I think Jay's given me the dark ones because he wants me to darken down the edges, I think. Just a little bit. So I'm just going back over the shading areas just to darken those down. And then I'll just colour the body in of the butterfly in the centre, like that. So that's just some real simple blends, alcohol blends right there. So that can just go to one side for a second. Whilst Jay's finishing off for me, I'm just going to get ready with my next part. So I'm going to take some black cardstock, and I'm going to use another sentiment from another set. Which is the Posted for You. So there's another one, another new set here, and again I just love this script on this particular one. So I'm going to use the Happy Birthday on this one. Let's bring over our Stamparatus one more time, because I haven't got any blocks with me, so we will use our Stamparatus because that is just as good. And
you don't want me to get them.
Jay's busy doing other things, so that's fine. He's busy helping me out, so our things have gone out. And be careful with the magnets when you put them together, so they snap together an awful lot. But the good thing with the Stamparatus is that you can take these plates off and you can move it around. So you've got a double platform. But what I haven't done is because I'm going to be working with photopolymer now, I need to put my foam mat back in. So let's just pop my foam mat back in, this down here, magnets either side. Then I'm going to take the posted for you. And then, see, my technical issues are really throwing me off now. I don't need that because it's not photopolymer, it's rubber. I think I may have to re-record this one. And I'm just going to then pop that in like that. Pick that one up. I will prime my paper.
I'll get you 5.
Thank you very much, Joe. And then I will then just ink this up. Right there. With the Versamark. Over we go. And that has now transferred that sticky ink to that one. I will take my white embossing powder now. And I will pop that on like that.
Here's the missing stick.
And then I will then just heat set that one. So I'll just grab my heat tool. And that's that one now heat set right there. So that's good. I will pass this one over to Jay to fussy cut out for me whilst I then carry on with the rest of this one. So when you've got a second, Jay, would you fussy cut that one out for me? Thank you very much. I think the target's gone well and truly out the window this evening, hasn't it?
It comes with a punch, doesn't it?
Not for that, it doesn't, though.
Posted for you.
Yeah, but not for the die though. What are you talking about?
The sentiment.
Yeah.
Is it
Yeah.
posted for you?
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to see if the punch fits it.
Okay.
No, it's too long.
So we're just doing that, and then I'm just gonna then pop these other butterflies in like that, like so. So I just need to pop that to one side. I just need to fill up these other ones. So Jay has kindly gone and done the backing for me off camera.
I didn't do the backing.
Sorry?
Oh, I've die cut it, but I haven't done the backing. Taking it off. I thought that's what you meant.
No. So this is where you just need to, on this particular one, now just position these butterflies around so you can just create your own little background. Now I can pop that one in and go in over like that. Then we'll take another one, we'll go in, let's go upside down, and that one then fits in there quite nicely. Let's use that one there, that's got more backing on it. That's good, and that one, final one, goes in like that. So you just want to cover your entire piece. I'm just going to go and grab myself something because Jay's busy. So last year during celebration, this was the little mini guillotine was the freebie option, and we've still got ours. And this is just be perfect now for cutting this down rather than using scissors. So you can pop it in, and we can then just trim these off easily. Like that. There we go. That's it. Oh. Things are not going right for me tonight, are they? There we go. Alright, so that's given me a nice tidy edge right there. What I will do now is I'm just going to take the cutting machine one more time. Thank you very much, Kim. So this is nearly finished now, and I'm just going to take the dies, rather than fussy cutting this last little bit out, I'm just going to take the dies, grab the Suki one more time, and then let's just die cut this out. So if you don't, I know a lot of you don't like fussy cutting, so this is where this would come in. So I'm just literally just using the big die, and then it's just gonna pop this in, position that where I need it to be, and then we can then easily cut these individual butterflies out as well. And that goes in there like that. Do you just ever feel that you just want to just start the entire evening over one more time? That's how I feel right now. Here we go, and let's cut that one out just like that. So,
I'm just catching up with the names again.
Jay's just catching up with names. Thank you very much, Jay. Okay, and that one is there. I don't know where anything is now. It's all gone a little bit pear-shaped in here this evening. So where's my card base? There's my card base. So that's just wanting to just go over nice tone on tone. So white, you can create yourself a nice background. On my original, I did it with glue, and I stuck it all down with glue, and it's come out okay. With the adhesive sheets, it does gives you a better stick, but is a little bit more of a faff. But a faff. But it does give you an all-over stick, which is kind of what you don't want things. You don't want your butterflies flying away halfway through. So that's just gone down straight down onto the thing. So we've got white on white. Without our hiccup tonight, that would have worked out perfectly this evening for time-wise. Okay, and we would then just stick this butterfly in. So I'm just going to actually use Jay's little trick before I do that. Grab your scissors, just bend it around the body. So the body is then flat. Then that just gives me a little bit of a surface to pop the glue on here for the body. And then that can then... So this is the card we're going to give away on Sunday night, and the card I did at the beginning will be the card we give away first of all. So everyone who's popped their names in on both videos will get an entry into the draw. So that's that one. And I will just take my mini dimensionals. And I'm just going to then take this lovely fussy cut sentiment Jay has kindly done for me.
I just wanted to show that, because that posted for you comes with a punch, doesn't it?
Yeah, the posted for you stamp set comes with a punch, which is this one right here, and what Jay wanted to do, wanted to see whether or not the sentiment fitted in.
It does fit.
It does fit. Ish. Not enough for my liking, if I'm honest with you. It's too close to the edge. But just a note will fit in there lovely. So you can then, obviously it's designed sort of, this is the size which it's going to be. But you can cut it down and you could then turn it around, and then you could then actually make a scalloped edge. You could actually make a nice banner just by manipulating your punch. So try and look at your punches slightly differently. Excuse me. Try and look at your punches slightly differently. That it isn't just that shape. See what else you can actually use it for, and I think that's a good little tip which you've done there, because you can then
use the edge.
You can then pop that back in again. Obviously, you'd need to use some post-it notes, and then you could do some edges,
straight edge
or just have a straight edge. You could do all sorts of it. So you can just think outside the box when it comes to your punches. So we're going to go here. So a couple of dimensionals on the back of that one, and then we will then stick this on. I will tweak my butterfly a little bit. We all right, Jay?
It's just, I don't know if it's come down.
Oh dear, oh dear. That's it, I think we're caught up. Wow, our internet is really temperamental this evening. I have to put a note out to everybody. Don't use the internet at the same time as us, please.
Maybe I should just work on the laptop, because we don't normally look at it there.
Have we gone down again? Well, there we are. We're back. We are really buffering tonight. And there we have it. There is the second card, number 2. So I will just finish this one off with a bit of, give this a little bit of a kiss of Winker Stella on the petals of this butterfly, just to bling it up even more. And I'm going to bring in this card number 1, and that's what we are going to give away. And hopefully if we can get through to that, then Jay's going to show you some stuff whilst I set that one up. So has everyone got their names in? How are you doing with getting everyone's names down, Jay? Yeah, you got everyone?
Everyone's been put on there.
Good. Excellent. So, a bit of Winker Stella on that has now given that butterfly a glittery shine. So, let's have a little look. That was the one I did this evening. So, card number 1, right there, and card number 2, right here. This was the one I did off camera with a different colour butterfly. So that's the variation on that one there. I would like to say this is Jay's colouring.
I think that butterfly I coloured last.
You did, I think.
Couple of lives ago.
So Jay has a habit of doing some colouring and then leaving it inside the box, and then I come along and he's probably going, I'll save that for another time. I come along and pinch it and then use it on my product. There we go. All right, so that's that. Card numbers 1 and 2 right there. So I'm just going to, Jay's just going to do some talking to you now, and I'm going to get the winners ready. So
yeah, I've already copied it. So yes, so more inspiration with the Butterfly Bijou paper and Butterfly Brilliance collection, using the, of course, the Demonstrators paper, and the sentiment comes from the You Are Amazing stamp set. So these two are on a video, which was published on Monday. So check out how Barra created these two with those fabulous cool technique on that as well.
Yes.
Over to you, Barry.
Over to me. That was it. Well, okay, so 48 names now. Hopefully somebody will see this. So let's just bring that over. We have got that ready. So good. That's the one. And the winner of tonight's card is going to be of this one. The first card is going to be. Good luck, everyone. Bonnie.
Congratulations.
Bonnie, that card is working its way over to you. So there we have it. That card is coming to you right there. Ta-da!
Yes, congratulations, Bonnie, and thank you so much for joining us this evening. We've had some technical issues, so if you are watching the end of this video, do check out our channel for the creation of this card and the second one that you saw earlier on for the tutorials for those.
Yeah, Bonnie, you'll see our email addresses across the screen right now. So email us Barry and Jay at Mitosu Crafts with your address details, and we'll happily pop that one in the post to you.
And pop in another comment to win this card.
I don't know what video you're going to pop it on.
We'll
pop it on all three of them, and we'll take it from all three of them. But yeah, that's it.
Yes.
So we'll go from there.
Thanks
Excellent.
so much.
Thank you everyone for watching. We will see you again Sunday night, hopefully without gremlins. See you later.
Stay
Bye-bye.
safe.
Bye.
Bye.